Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the original series Walk and Talk, produced by Blended Sense. I'm your host, Albert Baez, co-founder and COO. Today we're walking the beautiful downtown of Austin, Texas with our special guest, marketing expert Irina Kay. So today we're going to be talking about marketing and how to really build your brand, how to really understand your customer, how to understand the journeys that your customers go through when they're purchasing your product, when they first come in contact with your brand online. But before we get there, Irina, I've been dying to know, where were you born?
Okay, so I was born in a very big country, in a very large city, in a very big country, which is Moscow, Russia. So I'm an immigrant kid through and through. We moved when I was 6 years old, so
wow.
Basically grew up here, and I didn't speak any English.
Does any of those first 5 years, do you remember any of it?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember being the only kid in kindergarten that, couldn't really communicate, so that was just weird. But yeah, I remember it. It's just such a culture shock to go from a country like that to living in the States.
So you were born there, came to the States, and then now you're a marketing expert. And now, obviously we'll get into your career and what you've done, but how did this being born in Russia and being an immigrant, did any of that shape you finding marketing and being a marketer?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I was the first person in my family that did anything other than medicine or science, essentially. I remember my grandfather asking me when I told him I was going to go to school for marketing, the first thing he said was, "So you're gonna draw pictures all day?" He didn't understand. He didn't have an understanding. I was like, "No, don't worry. It's actually part of a business school and it's a legitimate career." So I think that definitely shaped things, but it was also kind of a curve to, I think people who come from a different environment automatically see things from a different, perspective. And that makes it really easy to transition to sort of a creative business space like marketing.
Yeah.
Because you're able to understand a wide array of people very easily, and that's what you have to do as a marketer. So
I love that. And I want to hit on people. Russians just stereotypically are not friendly.
No.
Right?
No. Not at all.
And at first when I met you, it's I don't know, but truly you are super friendly.
Yes.
And I think that is it a benefit or a negative in marketing?
Well, and so I don't know what it is, but I think part of that is first the culture, but also, living in New York for 11 years. That's a third of my life that I lived there. And you know what it's like in New York. You just kind of go face down, very serious. So I don't know. I think there's always more to a person than what you just see, off the bat. And I think marketing is a lot about that.
So marketing people, Russia, when did you fall in love with the craft? When was it from oh, what is this? Or exploring it to oh, I love this and I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life?
Yeah, well, I was always the kid that I think our generation, we grew up on computers. So we were natural marketers, natural branders from the beginning, right? We started out playing with programs on computers before we had anything. Then we had the MySpace and the this and the that. And so I think we kind of grew up on that. But I think my aha moment was really in New York because, just to see it grow from marketing in the fashion industry being predominantly just PR to have it evolve into influencer marketing and so many other things, branding in general, this massive cosmos, that was really kind of my moment where I was like, wow, I really love this. It speaks to the creative side of me, but it also appeals to the analytical business side.
That's awesome. How many years have you been doing marketing as a professional?
16 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what is it, 10,000 hours?
Yes.
Would you do that year 2, year 3?
Yeah.
That's awesome. 16 years in marketing. And one of the things I'm fascinated, talking back to the meditation sitting still, is that marketing's always changing.
Yeah.
It changes so much, and to keep the pulse on it, it's a full-time job in its own, and then to strategize around it and then plan and execute on it. So right now with the industry moving so heavy digital, what things are changing that you're excited about? Talk to me about the landscape of marketing, period.
Yeah, well, it's an exciting time for sure, and that's why I'm so excited about companies like Blended Sense, for example, is just that there's just this massive movement into personalization. I think even by utilizing things like AI in marketing, we're essentially trying to make a more customized human experience, which was never a thing before. I think before everyone was just sort of trying to hack, how do we get information in front of people? It was a little more salesy, But now it's all about people and what they want to experience. So that's been a massive shift.
I love that you talk about personalization and being, marketing being all about people. And with AI being so hot right now and such a hot topic, there's so many pros and cons about it that people are divided. Some marketers are super excited about it and some not so much. Talk about maybe the pros and cons that you see and what your thoughts are in the whole AI.
Yeah, I was in that camp where I felt like it was an impediment. I thought that AI was going to get in the way of essentially that human, customized, personal experience. And I was very anti. I kind of looked at everyone that was doing anything AI related as essentially, I hate to use the word disruption, but that's not even what it is. It's just like, I thought that it was, an impediment. But now I really think that it can be used, in conjunction with everything else. It can use to facilitate what we're trying to accomplish as marketers and actually be used to our advantage. It can allow us to scale processes more quickly. It can allow us to, offer that same customization to much more people at a much faster pace, which is something that humanly is impossible. So yeah, I'm a fan now.
Yeah, and I think AI saves people time, right? And like you said, it's all about understanding the person anyway. So the AI doesn't work unless we know the people.
Yeah.
So tell us about what you do today in marketing. Where are you? What do you do on a day-to-day?
Yeah, so I'm the CMO at Home City, which is really kind of an innovative real estate brokerage here in Austin, Texas, based in Austin, Texas. And I'm over marketing, all of technology and leads. And I also do some part-time work consulting startups, really nationally.
Yeah. What kind of startups? So honestly, you do some amazing work with us. The ability to come up with hypotheses and then soundboard those from to you and make sure that we're on the right track is so helpful on a day-to-day for us. What kind of startups are you looking to work with?
Honestly, anyone that's solving a real problem in a kind of a niche space, I think is really great. Obviously, I have a bias towards, MarTech, anything that's, technology / marketing. But yeah, really, it doesn't matter. I'm a fan of the entrepreneur. Anybody who's out there that's able to recognize a problem and solve for it creatively, I just love. So I can get behind it.
That's awesome. And we talked about all the things to do in marketing. If I'm brand new, I got a product or I got a service and I'm looking to market it, what are the do not do in marketing?
Yeah, so I'll actually share one of my favorite quotes that will kind of answer this question.
Please.
And I don't want to butcher it, but it's something like, good marketing makes the company look good versus great marketing makes the consumer, user, client feel smart.
Wow.
And I think that every business, every company should strive for that, to bring so much value that people that are using your product or services, they automatically are sending a message to everyone that I'm smart for picking this company or this product or whatever. And if you can achieve that, you're gonna go really far.
I love that. So many times entrepreneurs, startups, they get so caught up on what they've created and forget about the problem and who they're solving it for. That's such good advice. And tell us a little bit about, here to close out, tell us a little bit about how important it is to know your customer and how to go about learning who your customer is.
Yeah, it's critical. As you can tell, the companies that are doing really well, even if they're not marketing companies, they really understand that they're working for their client, right? They're working for the person that is consuming their product or their service or whatever. And I think whether they're a marketing company or they're just, out there selling a product, the more you understand this, the more important that it becomes. And that becomes a part of your entire company philosophy. It shapes your ideals, it shapes your mission statement. I mean, it's all encompassing. When you can create that kind of synchronicity in your company, from the product to the people to the everything, that's when you've really hit gold. So yeah, did I answer your question?
I loved it. We hit gold, so I feel like you absolutely did.
Cool.
Thank you so much for walking and talking with us today. Irina Kay, everyone. Really appreciate having you. Yes, love it. You were so much fun, such a joy to talk to. Make sure you subscribe, engage, and share. Remember, this content is for you, it's for us, and everybody you share it with. You can follow us at Blended Sense or at blendedsense.io. And don't forget to get up and walk.